Choose to go all in. This video features two young teachers. Mrs. Aureli Diaz is a third-year Spanish teacher at Sam Houston Middle School in Amarillo. Mr. Robert Villegas is a third-year math teacher at Fannin Middle School. Two young teachers with incredible passion for serving their students. When we talk about going all in, the language is strong. Show up early and stay late. Display a passion to help them succeed. Build your students up. A child's failure to learn is a teacher's failure to teach. What motivates you to be excellent for your students? Listen to the life experiences of these two young superstar teachers and how they use these experiences for the good of their students. Are you ready to go all in for your students?
Well, I was always, the bad kid in school. I was the one that the teachers warned each other about every year, like, this girl won't stop talking, good luck with her. And I just wanted to know, why is it so hard? They make it sound so hard. I think I can do it, So that's why I originally went into it.
I wanted to become a teacher because, I grew up in foster care, and coming from foster care, education for me was my way out, my way to break the cycle, make generational change in my life, and I knew that one day I wanted to have a family, and so for me it was one day my kids are going to have to look up to me, and they're going to have to I guess just see the type of person that I am, and I don't know, just for me it was the only way out for me, education. That's what I knew, and so I wanted to make a difference in people's lives, and I found out that through education, any kind of education, you can be a better person. You can live a better life.
I think they know I'm being real and I want the best for them. There was times where maybe somebody didn't teach me, besides my parents, but I could have also used great use from educators, letting me know, certain, now they have life skill classes and stuff like that. And I would have appreciated people letting me know more about, this is how you act here. This is, what you do in this type of setting. And I feel like I just prepare them for those types of situations, and, they know that I'm not lying to them, or I'm not just trying to get them to behave in a certain way just because. I think that they even, I act very professional with them, and I have a good time with them. So I think that maybe, I've had some girls even tell me that they're like, you act so intelligent. And I don't know, what that means, but I think they like the way that I carry myself in front of them. And I think that that's kind of like a motivator for them, especially my young ladies.
For me, it was, I had to not just be good at what I did, I had to be the best at what I did. In order to get out of my situation, I had to be the best. And so I expect the very best out of them at every second in the classroom, when they're out of the classroom. I'm very competitive. And so I know that if I show up and I'm the very best, I give them the very best, and I expect the very best out of them, then we're going to get the very best out of them.
I almost have an eye for those kids. At the beginning of the year, I can spot who those kids are going to be, and I make it my ultimate mission and goal to win them over before I win anybody else over. And naturally, sometimes you've got those kids that are already, whatever, but I know they're gonna be there. I want those kids because me and them are gonna be like this. And I don't mean that like in a best friend type of way, I mean in a relationship type of way.
How do I deal with reluctant kids? I think about, for me, when I was in foster care and going to school, and I think about some of the very best teachers that I've ever had, and they didn't make excuses. I think that was one of the biggest thing I remember. I was having a tough day because I knew I wasn't going to see, my brothers and sisters, like the plan like that was the plan. I was supposed to go see my brothers and sisters. I wasn't going to see them. I tell the teacher that. And I remember it was in 8th grade, I would tell the teachers that, and, okay, but we got to get to work. We have work to do. There were just no excuses. There wasn't, and I guess I equate it to my life. There's no time for excuses, and that's just for anybody, because all that's going to do is hold you up at the end of the day. And so those reluctant kids, I hold them to those high expectations just like I would everybody else. I work with them. I push them harder. I think I push some of those reluctant kids even harder than anyone else. And like I said, equate it to my life. I had to work a little bit harder than everybody else. And so those kids are going to have to work. We're going to have to work. I'm going to have to work a little bit harder with those kids to help them to get to where they are. And I just don't let up. I don't, you know. I come into class and, you know, they're just sitting there. They don't really want to, you know, put in the effort. They don't really want to do it, but I don't give up. I go over there. Those are the kids. I come to you. I'm asking those questions. I'm coming back to you. Come back around, we're working, I come back, I'm not letting you opt out, you know. And so I guess it's a little bit of, you know, if you want to win and you want to be successful, you know, you're only as good as those reluctant kids, really, at the end of the day.
Yeah, I mean, I've never sent a student to the principal's office, not saying that, you know, maybe a time won't come up someday, but I haven't ever done that. There are times where, you know, the kids may be out of line, but you know, I was thinking about it one day, and I just remember how quick my teachers would be to send me to the office. I mean, I'm telling you, me and my principal were best friends because we hung out so much. And I just wish every now and then, you know, even as adults, we realize, you know, with our spouses, there's times where I say something that I forget, like, oh, geez, I probably shouldn't say that. That probably upset him, or it's not good for a relationship. But, you know, he gives me another chance. He gives me a chance to apologize. So if as adults we're allowed to make mistakes and we're able to correct our mistakes, why aren't our students being able to do that? You know, that's the reality of life.